let's start out with an informal greeting from me to you. What's happening? What is up? I am Stacy, as you may or may not know. Hi. I hope that you're doing absolutely well and that this new year, or the year that we're currently in, is treating you well. If it isn't, turn that around and make it treat you well, because you're in control. So I wanted to turn on the camera and talk. Today's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Thank you. You're welcome. Which is January 11th, 2018. I don't know why I had to say the year, but it's 2018. And I don't know how to start this video. Yesterday, the 10th, I was, for some reason, reluctant to open up my email. I didn't do it. Like, I usually go every day, check my emails. Sometimes I miss out, sometimes I skip. I mean, I'm not like a crazy businesswoman yet where I'm like, have all these emails and I gotta answer them and stuff. It's just, you know, like the normal stuff, like all the advertisements and stuff. So I usually go through that and like just delete stuff that I don't need, because then I end up with like 36,000 emails, which I've had before, and I've deleted them all. So now I have 5,000. I know, it makes you go like, why? I mean, some of you probably have like 12,000. Like, hey, I've been there before. I get there all the time. So I'm trying to have like a mini goal for myself to actually have that down to 0 and clean it out every day. But it's not really working out just yet. I'm getting there. Anyway, so back to this whole thing. Yesterday, I, for some reason, just really did not check my email, my inboxes at all, because I mean, there were some that I checked like real quick, but I didn't really go through every single thing. Fast forward later to that day, we had a hockey game to go to. I went to that. Follow me on Snapchat if you want to see stuff like that. I don't know if you're interested in that, but you would have known that if you watched my Snapchat. Maybe my Instagram too. Oh, and my Twitter. Anyway, it was closer to 10 when I got home. Something told me all day not to check my email. I ended up checking my email at like 10 something. I got an email that kind of made sense why something was just telling me to stay away from my inbox. Because I think it would have ruined my day entirely. In a way, I think it happened for a reason. I don't know, maybe you don't believe in that, but I do. I think it happened for a reason. And the reason was because it didn't want me to have a crappy day. I mean, ultimately it's in my control to have a good or bad day, you know what I mean? But I think that it was something that would have been on my mind all day, and it would have kind of really been in the way of my mood. But the email was pretty much from my network, and I am not 100% sure if this is what's going on. I have to call and I have to talk, so I don't want to just say things just to say things. This is just what I'm currently assuming, and sometimes assuming is not the right thing to do, but I'm assuming because I haven't really talked to them and it's still early, so I can't just call yet. But I wanted to get my feelings out and just talk about it and share this with you guys. So that email pretty much led me to believe that my network is dropping me. I'm sure they're dropping other creators under them as well. It's how you take it, right? It's how you deal with things. So it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing for many people. To me, I think it's more of a good thing. I have to find out what the exact reasons are, but I wanted to share something that I recorded right as soon as I was feeling it last night. And so I'm gonna play it for you right now. It's 10:50 p.m. the day before my birthday, and all day, for some reason, I haven't really checked my emails, and I kept going on my email, and I was like, no, something just didn't feel right. Something was just telling me not to check. So I finally gave in a little bit ago when we got back from the game. I checked, and I had an email from my network pretty much saying that they're unlinking my channel. I don't know if at this point I could say that they're dropping me or what's going on. I have to talk to them. But I don't know how to feel. I don't know. I feel a little sad, but at the same time, I feel confused, and I'm not surprised, being that my channel's not and hasn't been doing that great, but I can't say anything for certain until I actually talk to them and see what happened. But I don't know. I feel maybe that was the reason why I hadn't been checking my email. I mean, I didn't know. Almost exactly 12 hours ago that I received that email in the morning. So I'm a little down about it. But I think it's more of the rejection that I'm feeling. Like, you know, I mean, it hurts to be rejected, but it's also a good thing to be rejected. Because for a while now I had been thinking that I might be better off on my own rather than with a network, because I personally hadn't
really seen a difference other than like a little bit more of a pay, but I'm still not making, let's put it this way, I would make a lot more working at an actual 9 to 5 than what I even make in 1 month on YouTube, since my channel is pretty much considered to be a very small channel. Like, I'm barely starting out. For a while I've just been thinking that I'm better off on my own. So I don't know where this leads me. I'm just reminding myself that everything happens for a reason. This happened for a reason. I think I'm gonna make a video on this because I feel like this is a little bump in the road for me. It's not a serious one. It's not a really bad thing. It's not like I can't, you know, spring back up from this or get up from this. I know I can. It's nothing that's really hurting me. But again, I'll talk more about that in a video. I don't know what's going on, but I'm gonna find out. I just want to know. It's kind of like a little closure type of thing. But I definitely think this is a sign, just letting me know that I'm better off on my own. It's nothing against anyone. I just think that this is a test for me in my life. And I think that sharing this moment with you guys is important, because anybody can really take a moment like this and relate it to something else that you may be going through, another obstacle in your life. And I know I'm gonna get through this. And it's like I said, it's nothing super like terrible. It's not something that's incredibly detrimental to me. It's just something that kind of made me sad, especially on the day before my birthday. But I know that this is a door closing, and with this door closing, I know that there is another one opening, and I'm looking forward to that. And so me getting over this little obstacle, this little bump in the road, I know that it will at least help one person out there, one of you watching, at the least, to know that if I could do it, you could do it too. So I'm gonna feel what I feel now. I'm gonna wake up with a positive attitude. And with that being said, I really can't wait to wake up tomorrow to kick some ass and not let myself down. So until tomorrow, good night.
So that's how I was feeling about that situation. The kind of like thoughts that were really in my mind at that moment. Actually, after that I was bawling my eyes out, but the point of this is that I got a phone call. The point is, this might sound kind of weird, but for a while now I've been kind of wanting an obstacle to happen to me. Like, it sounds weird, but like, I don't want anything terrible to happen, but I want an obstacle that's big enough for me to feel down about, so I can show you guys that it's all in how you deal with things. Not that you guys don't know, but just to show, because I know some people are all about hearing it, other people are about seeing it, other people are about witnessing themselves and going through it themselves and experimenting and going through the experience themselves, which that could be all of that for a lot of us. For different events in your life, it could be different ones of those, right? Or combinations of them. But I've been wanting something that does crush me, even the slightest bit, or like a downfall in my like career part of things. I've been wanting something like that to happen so that I can get through it. There's something empowering to myself to have a fail and get through it and succeed. Do you get what I'm saying? Because that failure turns into a succession. Is that the right word? Because that fail drives me to succeed. Get me? I finally got it. I mean, it sounds weird, but I have this like burning passion. When I break it down, I have this burning passion to really power through it and be able to sit here and say, look guys, this is what I'm going through right now. This is how I'm getting through. Maybe not the exact equation, but how I'm really working through it. And maybe one of you will see that and be like, holy cracker jacks, like if this is what she can do, I can do this too. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing that has been given to us that we cannot take on. If we couldn't take something on, it wouldn't be given to us. It wouldn't be our situation. It wouldn't be our problem. It wouldn't be for us. It wouldn't be meant for us. It wouldn't be placed in our path. It's placed in our path for a reason. And I just hope I'm in focus. I just thought about it. So if I'm not, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. This is why I wanted to make this video. It's because I really wanted to sit down and just talk about the fact that we're given these things in life, whether they're failures or successes. I don't know if that really makes sense, but when I'm saying it makes sense. I feel that sense of empowerment within me because I feel like those are very empowering words. Turn your failures into successes. Now, I'm not saying that I completely just made that up because I'm pretty damn sure that's out there already. That's some other genius. I just sound like I call myself a genius. I am not a genius. I wish I was a genius. Anyway, somebody who is an absolute awesome person with the words. Like, wow, awesome person with words, which is not me because I just said awesome person with words. But somebody who just created that, you know, another genius out there who created these beautiful phrases that are very meaningful. The heater just turned on. It made me sad, and I think it explained it in the audio that I just showed you. It made me sad because it's rejection. I think rejection, especially when you're not used to rejection, is, and I don't mean that in like a cocky way, I just mean like I don't really go through a lot of career rejection kind of things, like situations, because I don't really put myself out there to have those rejections, which I always hear rejection is good, because it only means you're getting one step closer to someone who's going to say yes or something that's going to be a yes. I know that this is only a stepping stone, but I think it was just the rejection of it that made me sad. But I, for a while, have been wanting to get out because I just felt like this is nothing against anybody, but like I just felt like I could do everything on my own because I really didn't get anything that I could visually see, like I could personally notice or anything. Like there was no difference to me other than like making a little bit more money, but that money was seriously nothing that I mean, I would make more going to 9 to 5 in one day, pretty much. Let me just put it that way. Than I did in one entire month or through YouTube. I don't know where I'm gonna go monetization wise. I don't know if I said that right with YouTube and stuff like that in my videos, but nonetheless, I'm not gonna stop doing videos. I'm gonna continue doing videos whether I get paid or not. And it does kind of hurt your ego a little bit if you let it, obviously, and I let it, to know that somebody just doesn't really want to have you on your team, if that's what it is. Honestly, I don't know. But then it's like contradicting because it's kind of like, ouch, that kind of hurts. But then at the same time, it's kind of like, okay, well, you know, that just means there's something better out there for me. It just means that this is my moment to shine, to be able to go back to everybody to reject me or whatever it could be and be like, I kicked butt, you know, whether I had so-and-so by my side or not, whether I had these people by my side or not, whether I have somebody backing up or not, I succeeded on my own. Like, I did it, I kicked butt. I want to finish this before the camera dies, I don't think because I have so much on my mind. I don't know, it just makes me, it's just, you just get in that mode where it's like, to me, it's like the best thing that I can do right now is to show, and in the future, is to show anybody who has rejected me or not wanting me to be part of their life or whatever it is, that with or without them, I succeeded. I've been succeeding. It's not going to hinder me. Not that anybody's thinking that it's going to hinder me. I mean, there's people out there that probably would think that if they weren't part of my life anymore. But this just pushes me to do even better because to me, I don't know anything. Nobody said anything to me yet, but I will find out. It really makes me feel like they possibly, the reason why was because I'm not really making them any money. My channel's really not growing. It's been stunted for years, which I thought that was something that networks really help you with, that they help you grow and they help you distribute your content and stuff like that, or at least give you other outlets where they're coaching you through these things. Now I know that it's kind of hard when you have a ton of other channels to worry about. To me, I always felt like they always favorited the bigger channels, and I understand that because that's how the industry is too. I mean, that's all around in life. It's for a lot of things like that. But it kind of really made me sad at one point when I was like, you know, the leverage that they have of having so many people that are paying attention to them to really focus on the smaller channels and help them grow. But I felt like it was just not taken advantage of, and they have their reasons and you're gonna respect the reasons. But me, I just felt like that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to leave, because when I first joined the network, as a YouTuber, if you start making videos and you get more notice and stuff like that, or your numbers start to grow, even some that don't grow, I don't know how that works, but you'll start getting a whole bunch of multi-channel networks that hit you up to be signed onto their network. It's kind of like you're an artist and you get, what do you call it, not recruited, but like, well, I guess you could say recruited, but like there's labels that sign you. I mean, I'm not saying that they're very similar, but it's kind of like the concept of that. And so they send you emails and they start trying to get you on their network. And so for a while I didn't sign with anyone, and I was like, I don't think so. I just felt like I was just going to be another number on their roster, another channel on their roster. When I talked to this network, it was something that I've known from my childhood, and I mean, at least the name, obviously it was a branch of the name. And so it really identified with me, and it really hit home for me because I grew up watching, you know, this channel and stuff like that. So it was a household name for me. Oh look, my phone said happy birthday to me. It's cute. And so when that came around, I really talked to the person I talked to, and I expressed my feelings because one of the questions was, why haven't you signed with any other network? And my biggest thing was because I've always felt like I was just another number. I never felt like anybody who was recruiting me or wanting to sign me up with their network really wanted me for me and my content. They just wanted to add another number to their rosters. That's the only way I can explain it. It just felt like they were just trying to, you know, up their game with the numbers and stuff like that. And I could just tell that every single person that wrote to me just copy and pasted, copy and pasted, copy and pasted, and then wrote, hey Stacey. And then it was just like, hey, I've seen a lot of the things that you do on your channel, I love it. When in fact, they probably never even seen any of my videos, and they just say the same things, everything. So it's like one of the things that you just kind of know, you get a feeling and you just realize that it's kind of like a turn off, right? It's like a turn off, like you turn away and you're like, no, like there was no human connection there. And so I felt that human connection with this network. I really connected with that, and I was like, yeah. And at the beginning everything was cool, and then after that, like once they started signing bigger people, I just felt like all the smaller channels were just crushed, like something that's happening on YouTube, you know what I mean? But I get it, like if you don't up your game, you're gonna get nowhere. I don't know, I could be wrong, I don't know, but that's the way that I have seen it through my experience, through being a first-hand witness. At the moment when I signed, I was like, oh my god, this is so awesome. Like, is this how an artist feels when they first sign with their label? Like, I was so excited. And then after like the months passed, I just would see like little tumbleweeds and like the wind just like, and I was like, hello? Like, hello? I just felt like I was on my own again. So that is why I feel like they really honestly, from what I can see, did not provide anything I could possibly say that I couldn't do on my own. In the beginning, it was really cool to at least have somebody to help or just give me tips and stuff, but honestly, like, I don't mean to be mean or anything like that. I don't mean this in a rude way, but it's all out on YouTube. Like, everything that I got revisions on or reviews or whatever, I had already heard it on YouTube. I had already seen it on YouTube. So to me, that's how I felt for so many times. Like, I ended up feeling like I was just another number on the roster because I said it, like I just feel like it wasn't, I don't know, maybe it was because they were so new, whatever it could be. That is all in the past now, and it has been in the past now, and it's just me having to move forward now. It's my turn to move forward and to not let this ruin me, you know what I mean? Not let this bring me down and stop me from doing what I love most, which is creating content on here for you, whether I get paid or not. I know eventually one day I am going to be able to make a living off of this, and that's going to be amazing, and that's only going to be an incentive on top of already having this incentive of helping you guys and having you guys comment and tell me or come to me and share these amazing things that happen to you and how you allow my words to impact your life in a positive way. And that is why I continue to do this, you know, despite the downfalls, despite how much my channel may have plummeted before and how many people I may have lost or how many viewers I may have lost. At the end of the day, those of you who have stuck with me through the terrible times and the lows are the ones who have impacted my life for the better, and are the ones that I'm genuinely thankful for having here with me, still sticking by my side, still here with me. So thank you guys for sticking around in my highs and in my lows. And yeah, so I think all in all, this is something that I've been waiting for. This is something that I've been wanting for a while, and I finally have it. And now it's only time to kick butt. Now it's only time for me to shoot up and look back at this moment and say, I kicked butt. Look, it doesn't depress me. It doesn't make me super sad, but it does make me sad. Like, that sounds weird, but like, it's kind of like when you get fired from your job or like you get let go. You're offended in a way, you know what I mean? But it's nothing to be offended about. It's just life telling you, all right, Stace, on to better things. You had your run, let's do this. This is your moment. I just think it's a sign. I think it's a sign that I'm moving on to bigger, better things, that I'm supposed to be in life. It's time for that change, and I think that it had to happen now, and I went through what I went through so I can learn a lesson, and so that my eyes would be opened up to so much more. And at the end of the day, I think it really did happen, and I'm smiling now. Last night I was a little torn because it happened like right before my birthday happened, so it was a little sucky to get right before your birthday, but then I kind of snapped out of it and I was like, no, don't let that happen. Like, I'm in control of my thoughts, I'm in control of the way I feel. And so I allowed myself to feel the sadness, like I, you know, tell you guys to do. And then I just said, okay, it's time. Like, snap out of it, let's go. And here I am today making this video. I feel motivated today. I told myself, look, tomorrow you're gonna wake up, you're gonna be happy, you're gonna be motivated, you're gonna be productive. And that's exactly what I'm doing. And so I'm happy. I'm happy, and yeah, the last thing I want to say is sometimes in life you're going to have an event in your life where you think this is it, and you think this is going to actually help you, this is actually going to, you know, be a big life change for you, and then it turns out not to be. But right after that door closes, the other one opens to something absolutely amazing. So in a nutshell, that was a stepping stone to this, to something absolutely amazing, and that's where I'm headed next, and I wholeheartedly believe that's where I'm headed next. So thank you for listening to me, and remember that everything that we are given we can get through, and this is what I was given, and this is what I'm getting through. And so in a couple of months, or however long it's going to take me, you will see that it was for the better, and I'm excited to see what life has in store for me. I'm excited to see where I take myself with my hard work and my patience. And yeah, nonetheless, I'll find out what's going on with this, because I do need a little bit of closure. I do need to know what the heck is going on. I don't know if it's exactly what I'm thinking. It could be something completely different, but who knows? We'll find out. I'll keep you guys updated. Thank you so much for being invested in my life, in my videos, and my words, and what I have to say, and for allowing me to be a positive inspiration and impact if I have been in your life. I do appreciate that, because that in turn makes me happy, inspires me to keep going, motivates me to keep going. And if anybody has ever let you down or rejected you or whatever it can be, know that it's up to you to show them that it was their loss. And who knows, maybe one day they'll come back knocking at your door and be like, hey, remember me? And you'll be like, yeah, I remember when you rejected me, but look at me now. Look at me now. I'm getting paper. I was gonna say something and I forgot because I started singing, I'm getting paper. So just let that fail motivate you to turn it into a success. Because again, it's up to you. You have the power, you have the will, you have the want, the desire. Drive yourself to do better. Let that drive you to do better, to keep going, and to not stop. My camera died. But I wanted to say, it's the power of sharing a video, because you can send the video that you love to 3 or 4 people, and then those people can share it to 2 or 4 people, and those people can share it to more and more and more, and so it just has this chain reaction. You're, you know, essentially spreading the word and helping. I think that's absolutely amazing. So that's why I personally think that if you see the passion in somebody, whether it's in music or art or just anything in life, take a moment to just leave a comment or share their video or spread the word about them or tell somebody else about them, or, you know, just give them some love, show them some love, because it is important. And I think way too often the wrong people are praised. Some people who are very just bad people are praised. And I think people who really put in the work and really are good hearts and are doing a good change in the world and are doing, at least if it's something positive, are less recognized, and kind of makes me sad, because I know there's so many people out there that actually put in the work and they don't really get recognized for that. And I mean, but at the end of the day, I get it. Like, it's not just about that. It's also about so many other things, like quality content that people want to see, the drama, that sells and stuff like that. Like, I get it. I understand. But anyway, on that note, if you do love a channel, you do love somebody, and you see the good in them, just help them out, spread the word. It's free to do, and it's not gonna cost you anything, and it would be really good, even if it's something super helpful and positive. You never know whose life you could be changing. You never know whose life you could be helping out. You never know whose day you could brighten up. So think about that. Okay, so I filmed that video earlier, and I just wanted to add this in because I finally got to talk to the guy, which he was very nice, very helpful, and I do appreciate him taking the time to talk to me. So basically what's going on is that they're pretty much unlinking, I don't know if all the channels or just some channels, or I don't know, they're just going through and pretty much cleaning the system, or like their network. I don't really know the correct terminology, but they're going through and they're cleaning things out, and basically they don't want to happen what has happened, which is pretty much not having that personal connection or that human connection where some of us are just drowned out and not paid attention to and stuff like that, which I like that, because that was one of my biggest concerns. And I said that to him, and I expressed that to him, and I told him that that was one of the things that I felt and that happened to me. And as somebody that has had that happen, it really affects you in a way, and like it just gives you a bad taste in your mouth. It just kind of sucks, especially with everything that's going on with YouTube and stuff. He did say, you know, I appreciate the feedback, and pretty much he's gonna relay it to the rest of the people there when they have little meetings and stuff. That's basically what's going on. So yes, I have been unlinked. I'm sure others have as well. He did mention something about that, and he said that if I really wanted to be with them or work with them, that I could, that we could talk. But I think that I don't want
to. I don't want to because I feel like this was my one thing that happened. The one thing that I had worried about, and I don't want it to happen to me again, and I'm not gonna let it happen to me again. And I feel like maybe this was just best so that I can do my own thing and give that a shot, because maybe that's exactly what I needed to do the whole entire time after this. So I'm very thankful for this. I am thankful that I had this opportunity, well, that I crossed this stepping stone, and now I'm on to moving on to bigger and better things. And that's no like hate or mean or rude comment towards anything or anyone. No matter what, we're always moving on to bigger and better things. Doesn't mean that whatever you've gone through is less of anything or is crappy, whatever. Some things in life are gonna be crappy that you leave behind and you're like, yes. And other things are like, wow, I'm thankful for that experience, and now I'm moving on to something even bigger and even better. It doesn't like stump down anything else. If it wasn't for those kinds of things that you went through, you wouldn't have been here. You wouldn't have learned or grown or had the strength that you have now. So I am very thankful for that, and I'm just glad that he answered my questions and that he took the time to answer my questions, and now I know, and I've gotten that closure, and now I'm good to go. So just want to let you guys know that here's the end of the video. But that was it. I just wanted to express myself. Thank you so much for taking a little bit of your time to listen to me, to what I had to say, to my words. And I just wanted to say I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for sticking by my side. Whether you just subscribed yesterday or you have been here for many, many years and decided to say thank you so much. It means the entire world to me. And before I go, you know that I have to say one little thing, which has a lot to do with today. Really, really does resonate in a moment like now. And that is, if there is one thing that I want to call to mind, there are actually three. No matter the highs, the lows, always be sure, always be certain to do good, be grateful, and stay